On May 7, 2025, the world watched with bated breath as tensions between India and Pakistan, simmering for decades, boiled over once again. Pakistan announced it had shot down 5 Indian fighter jets. This claim, if true, marked a significant escalation in the conflict over the disputed Kashmir region. The incident followed a series of tit-for-tat military actions, pushing the two nuclear-armed neighbors closer to the brink. The news, delivered directly by Pakistani Defense Minister Khawaja Asif and military spokesman Lieutenant General Ahmed Sharif Chowdhury, sent shockwaves across the international community. The Pakistani military provided details. They claimed to have downed 3 French-made Rafale jets. These were part of India's modernized fleet. Additionally, a MiG-29 and a Sukhoi 30 were allegedly destroyed. The locations of these engagements remain unclear. The fog of war, thick with propaganda and misinformation, obscured a clear picture. However, a crucial element was missing. India, on its part, remained silent. There was no official confirmation of the losses. This silence from New Delhi added another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. The world waited, holding its breath for India's response. This incident did not occur in a vacuum. It was the culmination of weeks of escalating tensions. On April 22, 2025, a devastating attack shook the serene valley of Pahalgam in Indian-administered Kashmir. 26 lives were lost. India blamed Pakistan-based militants. Pakistan denied any involvement. India retaliated with pre-dawn airstrikes on May 7. They targeted 9 alleged militant hideouts in Pakistan. These included locations in Bahawalpur, Muridka, Bagh, Muzaffarabad, and Kotli. These strikes, according to India, were meant to send a strong message. They were a response to the Pahalgam attack. Pakistan's claim of downing jets came hours after these Indian strikes. The situation on the ground remained tense and unpredictable. The human cost of this escalation is difficult to quantify. Conflicting reports emerged from both sides. Initial reports from Anadolu Agency mentioned 8 killed and 35 injured in Pakistan. The Independent, however, painted a grimmer picture. They reported 31 killed and 46 injured in Pakistan. These casualties were attributed to Indian airstrikes and artillery fire. The same report also mentioned casualties on the Indian side. 15 were reportedly killed and 43 injured. These were attributed to Pakistani retaliatory fire. The discrepancies highlight the difficulty of obtaining reliable information in a conflict zone. The truth, often a casualty itself in war, remained elusive. The international community reacted with alarm. World leaders urged restraint. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio engaged in direct talks with both Indian and Pakistani national security advisors. His message was clear: de-escalation and a peaceful resolution were paramount. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan expressed solidarity with Pakistan. He supported Pakistan's call for an independent investigation into the Pahalgam attack. U.S. President Donald Trump added his voice to the chorus of concern. He urged both sides to cease hostilities. He even offered to mediate between the two nuclear powers. The global concern was palpable. The specter of a wider conflict in South Asia was a chilling prospect, one the world desperately hoped to avoid. The impact of the escalating tensions spilled over into civilian life. Pakistan, citing security concerns, took the extraordinary step of closing its airspace for 48 hours. This closure brought air travel to and from the country to a standstill. Several airports in northern India, including Srinagar, the heart of the Kashmir Valley, were also temporarily shut down. This measure, confirmed by All India Radio, was taken to ensure the safety of civilian flights. International airlines were forced to adjust. Qatar Airways, a major carrier in the region, suspended all flights to Pakistan. The closures underscored the real-world consequences of the conflict. They served as a stark reminder that the impact of such events extended far beyond the battlefield. As tensions flared, another battle raged, a battle for the narrative. Misinformation and unverified claims spread like wildfire across social media platforms. The internet, a powerful tool for information dissemination, became a breeding ground for propaganda and fake news. Videos and images purportedly showing the downing of Indian jets or the aftermath of the strikes flooded online spaces. However, many of these visuals were later debunked. The BBC in its investigation revealed the extent of the misinformation. Footage from past events including the 2020 Beirut port explosion, the 2023 Gaza strikes, and even clips from the video game Battlefield 3 were misrepresented as current events. This highlighted the critical need for media literacy. In the digital age where information travels at lightning speed, discerning fact from fiction is more important than ever. As the dust settled on another day of escalating tensions, uncertainty loomed large over the Indian subcontinent. India's silence on the downing of its jets fueled speculation. Was it a tactical silence, aimed at avoiding further escalation? Or was Pakistan's claim exaggerated, a product of wartime propaganda? The lack of clarity from New Delhi only deepened the mystery surrounding the events of May 7th. The world watched, with bated breath, for India's response. The future of the region, already fragile, hung precariously in the balance. The possibility of a wider conflict, while unthinkable, remained a stark reality. The events of May 7th serve as a stark reminder of the importance of critical thinking in the digital age. In a world saturated with information, it is our responsibility to be discerning consumers of news. We must question, verify, and seek out multiple credible sources before forming opinions. Relying on official statements, cross-referencing information, and being wary of sensationalized content is crucial. The conflict between India and Pakistan is complex. It is rooted in history, fueled by mistrust, and often exploited for political gain. Understanding this complexity requires going beyond headlines and sound bites. It demands a nuanced understanding of the region's history, the motivations of the actors involved, and the role of external forces. Only then can we hope to navigate the information maze and arrive at a semblance of truth. The stakes are simply too high to do otherwise.